Pop quiz. If you want to tell the story of America in just one city, where would you go? Don't be surprised that that answer is Detroit. For more than 300 years, Detroit has been the driver of America's biggest moments, from industry and innovation to music, civil rights, art, and reinvention. As America celebrates its 250th birthday, join us in exploring how Detroit shaped the nation we know today. Let's go. Long before any Europeans set foot here, this narrow strait between the two Great Lakes was already known as Waawiyaatanong, home to the three Anishinaabe nations of the Council of the Three Fires. By the time the French established Fort Pontchartrain in 1701, this was already an indigenous homeland, gathering place, and crossroads with deep significance. Detroit's modern story begins in 1701 as a fur trading outpost situated on one of North America's most important waterways. It was a hub for trade, migration, and opportunity from the very start. 2 centuries later, that same advantage pulled in a new wave of people seeking opportunity. During the Industrial Revolution, Detroit welcomed immigrants from Poland, Italy, Mexico, Greece, Lebanon, and across Eastern Europe, all drawn by the promise of factory work. And the Great Migration brought hundreds of thousands of Black Americans north from the Jim Crow South, chasing that same promise on the assembly line. To trace Detroit's role in shaping America, let's start with one of the most world-changing innovations, the Model T. Before the Model T, automobiles were exclusive luxury items built for the wealthy. Here at the Ford Piquette plant, in a 714 square foot room on the 3rd floor, Henry Ford and his team engineered a vehicle that would put America on wheels. By the early 1920s, the Model T accounted for half of every car on the planet. The Model T was just the beginning. What really changed America was the assembly line system that followed. Detroit perfected manufacturing, making products faster, cheaper, and more accessible than ever before. What started here reshaped industries around the globe. But Henry Ford didn't just create the Model T. He also founded a massive 80-acre outdoor living history museum in Dearborn, Michigan. It features nearly 100 authentic historic buildings relocated from all over the United States, allowing visitors to experience 300 years of American life. But Detroit wasn't only building machines, it was also shaping culture. Inside Baker's Keyboard Lounge, the world's oldest continuously operating jazz club. For generations, legendary musicians have performed here, helping establish jazz as one of America's most influential art forms. While Detroit factories were building products, artists were building something equally powerful, a uniquely Black American sound. That story continued just a few miles away. At Hitsville, USA, Detroit became the birthplace of Motown and the Motown sound that changed music around the world. What started inside a small house on West Grand Boulevard became one of the most important stories in music history, shaping soul, pop, and R&B for generations. Artists like the Supremes, Stevie Wonder, Marvin Gaye, and the Temptations helped break racial barriers and introduce Detroit sound to the world. The soundtrack of the 1960s was born here, and its influence still echoes across generations. And Detroit wasn't finished changing music. In the 1980s, a new sound emerged from the city, techno. The genre was born in Detroit in the 1980s by Black DJs experimenting with funk, house, disco, electronic, and futuristic sounds to create something entirely new. From Berlin to Tokyo, the sound that started here became one of the world's most influential music genres. A city built by industry became a city known for innovation and culture too. Detroit has been and remains a hub of Black culture, American culture, preserving, highlighting, creating, and evolving it every single day of every month of the year. Founded in 1965 by Dr. Charles Howard Wright, the museum was a pioneering leader of the African American museum movement in the 1960s, founded more than 50 years before the Smithsonian's National Museum of African American History and Culture. The Detroit Industry Murals by Diego Rivera at the Detroit Institute of Arts are among the most important works of public art in America. Commissioned by Edsel Ford, the murals celebrate the contribution of workers and the power of industry. Every work of art here tells the story of the times across centuries, and they remind us that the celebration and preservation of art is core to understanding the human experience. And Detroit has always been a city of champions, led by passion and grit. You will both feel and see that pride no matter where you are in the city. Here, history is something you can walk, run, and ride through every day. And that brings us to Michigan Central. No other building better symbolizes the past, present, and future of Detroit, and its city's groundbreaking global role in the history and future of mobility. During the 20th century, this was the first stop for hundreds of thousands of Black Americans who migrated north from the Jim Crow South, chasing the American dream. After closing in 1988, the next chapter for Michigan Central began in 2024, when it reemerged as a massive hub of mobility. For 250 years, America has been evolving, and Detroit has led the way in creating some of the most significant cultural contributions celebrated globally. Detroit's culture is American culture. Detroit's history is American history. So if you want to understand the past, present, and future of America, come to Detroit.